Hello, Scorpios. So here is your March 2022 monthly reading. Now, the top row is going to represent the overall theme of the month. And these ones here is week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So first up, you have the Knight of Wands. I don't know if you can see it. This is the Ghost Tarot deck, if anybody's interested in knowing. It looks like this on the back, by the way. So you have the Knight of Wands. This is about enthusiasm, inspiration, excitement, fast-moving, energetic, passion, adventure, and impulsiveness. He's driven by his passion and need to experience the world around him. It says direct your energy towards your goal. This can represent a pursuit of an idea. You have a clear vision about what you want to create, and fueled by your passion and your inspiration, you are now moving forward to turn your vision into a reality. But it says be careful about moving too quickly without thinking the process through. This also says if this guy represents a romantic interest for you guys, that the Knight of Wands, he's all about the moment, but he's not really about the long term of it. So this could indicate it might just be more of a fling, but obviously everything's different. Nothing is 100%. It just so yeah, that's that. So that's the Knight of Wands. So then next up you have the World. And this is about completion, an end of a cycle, new beginnings, because you end one cycle, you start another cycle. You start all over again. You start at the stage of the Fool again. It's about success and accomplishments, a happy ending, successful resolutions. You complete one phase to begin another. You have a sense of wholeness, achievement, and fulfillment. This can indicate like a project or something has come full circle for you and it's all come together. So that's fantastic. So then now you have the Two of Cups here. And this is about friendship, partnerships, beginnings of a romance, attraction, shared feelings, unified loves. And it's all about a blossoming new relationship. It could be romantic connections, but if this is to do with work or something, this could be a partnership, like a colleague type of partnership. Something where you both have each other's best interest at heart, or in having like heartfelt connections with somebody. It can indicate a new person is entering your life, and it doesn't always just have to be about romance. You can make a new friend. It could be you guys, both are in the orchid club or something. You're like, oh my God, we love these orchids. And you guys just kind of, you just click and it's a genuine connection. Also, it could be if you're in a relationship and you've been going through a rocky time, this could indicate that you are trying to come back together again and figure out the spark again, like kind of fix things and learning to love each other after a setback. Okay, and this also can indicate somebody who's supportive of you. So, first up, week 1, you have the Two of Pentacles, and this is about change, fluctuation, multitasking, balance, coping, handling multiple priorities all at the same time management, and being adaptable. It says that you are maintaining all your responsibilities and you're trying your best to dedicate enough time and energy to each ones. It indicates that you are juggling your priorities well, but there's always a thin line between juggling and losing control of everything. So this kind of indicates that you have a lot going on. You're doing it, but you're always like one mistake away from just dropping the balls. Yeah, so now week 2 is the Six of Pentacles. And this is about support, financial assistance, charity, generosity. This could be giving or receiving, and sharing of wealth. This also can indicate you might not, I feel like assistance and valuable help comes in many different forms. This could be like a little bit financial as well, but it also could be somebody that's helping you somehow, like physically, or just helping you somehow, giving you guidance or some kind of help that you find valuable to you. So this could be assistance in any type of forum, in a sense, something that's valuable. But this, you could either be on the giving end of this or receiving it. And this is like offering up your time, energy, love, and support or wisdom to somebody or to yourself. Somebody's giving that to you. And this also can indicate like having financial harmony. Like, yeah, the money's going out, but the money is coming in to cover those external expenses, those outgoing expenses. So you're kind of like within a balance where it's like, you're kind of like, you're not, it's not probably so great, but you're balancing everything. Because this is about balance too, in a sense, just kind of balancing all the priorities. Everything's kind of just leveling out. So then for week 3, we have the Empress. And she's all kind of like femininity, motherhood, creativity, nurturing, nature, abundance, fertility. This could indicate pregnancy, but pregnancy doesn't have to just be about like a baby. It could be kind of the birth or a new idea. You're kind of nurturing a new idea. So this doesn't just have to be like physical stuff. It also could be like kind of maybe a birth of a new business or new something you want to try. You're kind of nurturing that concept. She's a figure of physical abundance and creativity, maternal protection and instincts, encourages growth and helps bring about new projects, the evolution of something new. This can indicate a need for self-care. She can be overprotective though. But it also can indicate you need to create like beauty in your life. Whatever you find beautiful, you should surround yourself with that. And you can connect with your senses through taste, touch, sound, and smell and sight. You should treat yourself. This card could be like you might need to treat yourself a little bit. But it's all about you have everything you need. You have abundance. And it could also indicate like a period of growth for you. So then we have 7 of Pentacles. Now this is all about patience, persistence, evaluation, assessment, slow but steady results, and long-term view. And kind of investing in something, but it's taking it, you won't reap the rewards right away. It's going to take some time. So it says a lot of effort was put in, but you need to be patient and wait for it to grow. Waiting for something. It also can indicate that you need to maybe assess if you're on the right track. And you could be frustrated with slow results, but these results are going to come with time. But you're seeing results. It's just taking a sweet time. Sometimes that happens, unfortunately. Okay, so kind of smooshing it together. So he's very fast paced. So it's funny because you start out like the month, I think overall theme, you kind of have this fast paced energy with this kind of like balancing here and this slow movement ending the month. So it's kind of like, I think things could kind of be happening for you. Maybe they're not quite happening as quickly as you would like, but something is being completed. Like there's this energy that it's kind of fast paced. You might be really focusing on some kind of goal and you're completing it. You have this sense of completion with that. Like you're achieving what you want to have, or you're achieving the end of that cycle or whatever it is. And I think it could involve friends. I think either this is like a relationship or somebody just who has your back and they might be helping you with this. So I think that's really good. But I think week 1 with this juggling card, in a sense, the 2 of Pentacles, I feel like you're kind of juggling multiple things. And this is why you might be getting help from a friend. Like you have a lot going on. You have a fast movement. So you might be, this could indicate with this fast movement that things are kind of happening all at once. And if you completed something, sometimes you complete something, but you've already known all the steps to complete whatever this was. So now if you're starting something new, because this is about kind of completing one thing and kind of opening another door, like you're starting a new cycle in a sense, sometimes there's a lot of more responsibilities with that, because now you got to figure out the next steps. What's after this? How do I manage forward? So I feel like you could be juggling at the beginning of the month. You kind of have a lot going on. You're juggling it. You're making it work. You're doing it, Scorpios, but you're one step away from dropping the balls, but you're doing it. You're handling it. And then second week, this could be this friendship over here. They could be like, you know what? Let me help you. I'm going to go, instead of you running to the grocery store, let me help you. I'll go pick up whatever. I'll go pick up the kids wherever, I'm going to help you out. So I think somebody is kind of coming in. This could even be financially. This could be financially. But I think somebody's coming in to kind of like give you a little help a little bit, which is really nice. And with the Empress, this is all about femininity and motherhood and nurturing. So this person could be kind of like nurturing you in a sense. Maybe you're just under a lot of stress and it's taking a toll. Sometimes when you're in this phase, this juggling phase, you don't have time to really think for yourself or think about yourself. So maybe by week 3, you might need to either take some time to kind of take some you time if you can, or this could indicate that somebody, maybe this person, this connection up here, or whoever this person in your life, because obviously this could be love, but this also could be somebody who's really supportive. They might be kind of giving you that extra little like nurturing thing going on. So, and that's important because sometimes that helps like reset everything. So, but at the end of the month, I think whatever you're doing, whatever you are juggling, these responsibilities, I think you're getting slow progress with whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. You're starting to see some results, but it's slow. And it's going to be slow for a little while. But it's not bad because she's about nurturing and kind of growth and everything. So this could be that. Oh, and you got pretty much a bunch of pentacles here too. So that's all about kind of financial and monetary things. So you could, this could either you're starting something new, or you're trying to work on your finances or something, or you're starting a new job or whatever. So this could be like you're starting to see some of the fruits of your labor, your hard work from the week 1. It's starting, but it's not coming in super, super quick. But I think a lot of the energy that was going on for you guys was kind of like the overall theme is kind of quick and completing and maybe relying or needing a little bit of help from somebody else and juggling a lot. But by the end, I think you might be able to kind of, it's going to pay off, but it's starting. It's like the start. It's the sprout. It's the sprout of the seed is happening. So that's really, really good. So that's really good. That's exciting. I think it's going to be a busy month for you guys. So I have a bunch of oracle decks. So let's see what the oracle, because sometimes tarot, it's like going on a journey. So let's see what the oracle decks have to say for you guys. So this is the daily crystal. So let's see what the daily, it's the daily crystal has to say for you guys. Okay. One card for my Scorpios. Okay, so we have, I love this stone. This is one of my favorite stones. This is citrine. Bring in the light. That is so exciting. Okay, so we're going to stick that right up here. Citrine. Bring in the light. I feel like citrine can kind of go maybe with this Empress a little bit, because I feel like the Empress is saying as well to you that she's about beauty and everything and kind of nurturing. So maybe you need to bring in a little bit of light or a little bit of positivity. If you've been feeling a little worn down or a little stressed, you need to kind of bring something that makes you a little happy. Okay. Let's do your Chakra Oracle. Let's see what this has to say for you guys. Okay. Oh, acceptance came out for you guys. This came out for somebody else too. So acceptance. So this is all kind of about accepting new ways of seeing yourself, embracing imperfections, feeling incomplete, selling yourself short. So we have acceptance here. Maybe this could go with a little bit of the nurturing as well, and kind of the friends here. Maybe they're helping you kind of get past or move in a different direction. Like this could be like you're completed something, you're moving, and you kind of have to accept. Hold on, let's see where this goes. Okay, so we're going to do, this is the illuminated tarot. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so this kind of, you know, it's crazy because the same ones came out for the last group. Okay, so this is the 5 of clovers or clubs or whatever you want to call it. Hold on, the 5 of clubs. Let's see. That's so funny because these 2 came out for the last group, I think. They want to talk to somebody. Okay, so this is all about temptation, attachment, and control. Okay. You know what? I wonder, because this is all about kind of juggling stuff, so I wonder if you might be having a little bit, if maybe help is being offered to you, but you might be having a little bit of problems releasing some of the control, because sometimes when you're in control of everything, you know how you're going to do it, pretty much, obviously. But to release control and give it to somebody else, even though it would help you out, it can be tricky to do that. I know I have that problem too. Like I like, not that I micromanage, but I like to be in control. And sometimes you need to let somebody else have control or do things their way, and it could be difficult depending on what kind of personality you have. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes. So this might be indicating that you might need to kind of like release some of these responsibilities. If you can delegate, let's call it delegate, you can delegate something to somebody else, or somebody that does have your back and your best interest at heart, and maybe they can help you with some of this responsibilities that you're juggling over here. Okay, so let's move on. So I want to do your Halloween Oracle. Okay, for my Scorpios. One card for my Scorpios. One card first. Oh, wait. I don't think that didn't mean to come out. Okay, here, this one came out. Okay. You know what? These both came out. So I'm going to use these both because it's funny because acceptance came out again. So you have, what is this? Bambrick, sweetness, and synergy. Is that a bread? That looks really good. That looks pretty tasty, whatever that is. And then Lady de los Mortes. Isn't that death in Spanish? Muertes. I say it wrong. I think it's like a Muertes or something. Anyway, it's about acceptance and equality. So let's take a look. Okay. Let's see. We are going to start with this bread that looks delicious. Okay, when you pull, this is interesting because this is kind of going with the control a little bit. When you pull the Bambrick card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that balance that with the now. After all, we have all the tools to change our future should we choose. That is very interesting because you have a lot of balance going on here. Even this has the scales on it. So you have a lot of balancing happening here. Yeah, that is interesting. There's a lot of balancing. You guys are balancing a lot. You're dealing with a lot at the moment. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some time, and perhaps until then, we can choose to be life-affirming, taking away much of that fear. If you're holding onto something that does not serve you at any longer, in particular material things, simplify and let go. Which is funny because the Pentacles are about material things, and you have 3 Pentacles over here. You got Pentacle, and Pentacle right here. And she, even the Queen over here, the Empress over here, she's about kind of material abundance and everything as well. So some of this stuff that you're juggling could be not just like family or whatever, or certain responsibilities, but it could be also material items that are kind of weighing you down that maybe you don't need anymore. But for instance, let's just say if you have 2 cars, let's just say, and you don't need 2 cars, you only need 1 car, but one of the cars has a lot of problems and you're always paying more money out to fix it or whatever on insurance or whatever, you're always paying more money for that car and you really don't actually need it. It might be saying, and you're kind of having a little bit where you're like, maybe it's not worth it anymore. So it could be saying that you need to reassess, well, is the time, energy, and finances that you're spending for that second car, do you really need it if it's not really serving you anymore? If it's not really making you happy and it's almost like a burden. So that's what I get from that. Okay, so let's continue. Where am I in the Horde? Okay, so let's do your energy oracles. Let's see. Okay, I need 1 card for my Scorpio. Ooh, this one came out right away. And 4th chakra, Angel Raphael. Okay, let me take a look at what he has to say for you guys. 4th chakra, 38. Love, compassion, and acceptance. You look at that. You got acceptance again. Look at that. Right over here you have acceptance. You have acceptance with him. And this is all about love. She's about love, compassion. Look at that. Okay. This card indicates that you have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. it could also indicate that a much needed healing from previous broken hearts is taking place. This card encourages you to have, like, be compassionate when you talk to yourself. You know how, your mind, you think or whatever, but be compassionate to yourself. So what you would say to others, you say to yourself. Like, that's what I mean. Like, don't be mean to yourself. If somebody, how sometimes people are really nice to other people, or they're very considerate to other people's feelings. You take that same consideration when you, in your mental state, when you're talking to yourself, have that same love and compassion. Give that love and compassion back to you. Yeah, so that's what that's about. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so where am I? Okay, so I'm going to do the Dark Mirror Oracle deck next. Now, I love this deck. The book is a little bit abstract. I'm not the most abstract-minded person that's ever walked. So sometimes some of the interpretations are a little bit tricky for me to figure out, but that's okay. It's not going to stop me from using this deck. I will piece it together. I will kind of just figure it out as I go along. Okay, we need one card for my lovely Scorpios. One card for my lovely Scorpios, please. One card. Okay, we got the card. It jumped out. Where did you go? Where did you go? Okay, here we go. Ooh, Calling the Storm. Let's see. Calling the Storm. Let me take a look at this. Calling the Storm. So this deck is split up into different stages of grief, and this is in the bargaining stage. So it kind of says, pull and release, push to the limit. The eye is the only peaceful place that can be. There is time to find and release our power. Like a spring that has been compressed to the point it has lost the memory of motion and movement. Yet there is power inside of it. Finding it is called empowerment. It starts from the belief in our power, in the ability to cope, to fight, to endure, and overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within our psychological space. Okay. So it's kind of talking about how we don't control the storm, we just call it. But if you're calling it, you can't fear it. And that's what's going to make you strong. And after the storm, there's always sun. So, I'm taking that. I'm going to see this as... I feel like this could be indicating that... Because to me, I'm taking these are your overall theme, or the negative thing, or the problem or block that you might experience in the month. And this is kind of what that represents. So, to me, this is like... If they're calling in the storm, they know it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a disaster. There's going to be trees down. The power's probably going to get knocked out. There's not going to be Wi-Fi. It's just going to be a disaster. And there's leaves everywhere. Depending where you live, you got to rake all that. And you got to pick up all those branches. It's just always a mess. But once the storm, the storm is approaching. Once the storm hits and it leaves, then you're done. Then you can kind of work on fixing everything up again. So... this calling it in, I think this means like there might be some shenanigans going on. You might know there's some funny business. And you're kind of, well, like, I can't keep putting this off. Even though it might be a mess or messy, I have to deal with this now. So that to me is like you're bringing the storm to you on your own time. You know it's going to be messy and there's funny business and you're not going to want to deal with it. It's going to give you a headache. You're going to be annoyed, but you're like, okay, I got to deal with this now, and I'm going to deal with the repercussions now on my time. I'm the one. It's happening now. I'm in control. I know it's going to be a mess. I'm going to have to rake all these damn leaves after, put them in bags or wherever in the compost or whatever. But I need to call it in because it's happening. It's coming to me. It's better if I am the one that brings it in and deals with it and then can move forward. So I think this is kind of taking your power back as far as if there is something going. This actually really could be maybe part of the world and the completion of a cycle, because maybe there was something that has been lingering a little bit, but you're with the fast movement, that could indicate that you're deciding, like, I can't let this sit any longer. I have to deal with it now. So in a sense, you're kind of moving, you're taking your power, you're taking those reins of that horse, and you're like, we're driving over there. And you're kind of completing that cycle. And through that is a lot of this compassionate and caring. And I think you're going to have people that are going to have your back and help you, but it might cause you to have to like juggle multiple priorities or multiple things at that time and figure stuff out. But I think you're going to figure it out. And I think, to me, this is kind of saying there's people in your corner, whatever it is. You might like this acceptance. You might have to accept that the storm is coming. Like whatever it is, you are probably having to get to like that, like it's happening, you know? And I think this was about balance too. Because whatever this storm is, it could be making your life unbalanced. And this is all about balance. And this was acceptance and equality as well. So somebody or something could be making you feel off of balance. And this is with the control card here. You could be feeling like off of balance, but now you're gaining your balance back, and you're going to just be much happier by bringing in the light. Because isn't that funny? You get the calling in the storm, and then you have bring in the light. After the storm, the sunshine comes, right? Well, hopefully, depending where you live. Hopefully, you know, after the clouds move away, there should be the sun. Unless it's always cloudy where you live. But anyway, so I feel like by removing this obstacle with whatever this shenanigans with the storm is, you're going to kind of bring in light to yourself, light to your life, and you're going to be able to move forward. You're going to complete a cycle, and you're going to move forward. And honestly, sometimes when you do this, it's slow progress. It's not always like, okay, we've had it out with each other. We've moved, you know, we've said what we said, and we're going forward. But sometimes the progress, the seeds to grow these trees, when you plant them, they can be slow. And she's about growth too. So it might be like you have to replant seeds or regrow something, and it might be growing slowly, but it's kind of what you needed for yourself. Okay, so let me continue. Where am I with the horde? Okay, let me do your little fortune cookie. We're going to see about your fortune cookie. Okay, fortune cookie for my Scorpios. Fortune cookie for my Scorpios. Fortune cookie for my Scorpios. Okay. Assert yourself. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. The birth of a child also likely. But I feel like this could obviously be in love. It absolutely could be in love. And this could indicate that whoever this person is up here is kind of a good connection for you, or you might be meeting a good connection. But I feel like with the assert yourself, I feel like that's like you calling in the storm. You're kind of saying like, no. I have to move forward with this forward movement. I have to do this. I'm going to do this. And I feel like that's really going with all this over here, what you got having here. So now let's do your romance. Not everybody's interested in romance, but I'm going to pull some of these as anyway. So let's do your romance oracle for my Scorpios. Let's see for my Scorpios. Oh, wait, I screwed this up. Hold on a second. These ones are really hard for me to always shuffle. Okay, hold on. Everything's all over the place now. But this one... See, this one jumped out, and he jumped out upright. Okay, look. So you have power. You instinctively know what is right for you. And you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Oh my God, Scorpios. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Scorpios. So yeah, I feel like whatever you're doing here, you're making some kind of change, and you're taking your power back. That's what this calling the storm is. She's like in her element. She's like, no, you come to me, storm. I'm gonna whatever you or whatever. And you're asserting yourself. So I think you're taking your power back, you know? That's super exciting. And in that, like, you kind of have to like accept yourself, because you might not be, so everybody's different. Obviously, like, everybody's different. But I feel like by you taking your power back, you might be juggling a little bit and kind of figuring things out, but I think it's going to be much better for you. So, okay, so let's do your romance angels. Let's get a romance angel for my Scorpios. Romance angel for my Scorpios. Oh my God, you got pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Huh. Look at that, guys. So yeah, you got something going on. There's some underlining. This could be red flags with a person. It could just be with a situation. Like, obviously, everybody is different. You're going to know your red flags. You're going to know. But something is saying, pay attention. Some funny business is going on. Okay, so now this is your inspiration. So let's get an inspiration for my Scorpios. One inspiration for my Scorpios, please. Okay, you guys got... Ooh, happiness is found on the way, not at the end of the road. Oh, I think you guys are on kind of like a journey in a sense. I mean, we're all in a journey, on the journey of life. But I think whatever's going on in March is going to be kind of like, maybe like, because there's like, sometimes there's little bumps in the roads, you know, in the road or whatever. But I think this is also saying like, even if things are a little bit, you know, there's funny business going on, not everything is always perfect, but don't wait to the end of the journey to be happy or find the beauty in something. And I think with the world, because this is about completion and everything, so that's like the end, right? But I think with you finishing something, obviously, like I said before, the world is about completion, but at the same time, it's when one door closes, something else opens. So the world is a cycle. You complete something and then you go back to the stage of the Fool. You go back to square one again. You're on a new journey on something else. So I think like, just remember that even though you're probably happy and celebrating that you finished something, you're starting from square one again. So don't wait to finish that to be happy. Like, obviously, you just gotta, life is crazy, right? You just gotta be happy about it. Okay, so I'm going to do your food fortunes. And Scorpios, I probably forgot to mention this, but think of a question for the Magic 8 Ball. And we'll get to that in a minute. So, for the month of March, we'll ask him in a second. So this is your food fortunes. This is going to be what spirit of the dish shall be with you in March. This might be the most important card on this table, okay? Let's be serious here. So let's find out, Scorpios. What spirit of the dish shall be with my lovely Scorpios in March? What spirit of the dish shall be with my Scorpios in March? Okay. Ooh, you got the King of Mains, which I guess is the steak, right? Let me see what the book says as far as if it's just the steak or like if it... Because to me, that's obviously the steak. But sometimes the book has like a little bit. King of Mains. The huge steak. It's not even just the steak. It's the big steak, okay? The huge steak is the King of Mains. You got the huge steak for the month of March. Okay, so, and let me do... No little steak for my Scorpios. That's only the big steak for you guys. See, maybe this is about... If you like steak, not everybody does, but if you like steak, how the Empress is about indulge yourself a little bit. So maybe whoever this person is that's a little bit, who has your corner, who has your back, if you guys like steak, go out to dinner. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. Indulge. Okay, let's see what you guys got. And you got joy. I think once this is done with whatever this business is, I think you're going to be finding your joy. So that's really exciting. And let's get some numbers and letters for you. Okay. And we have J, E, Y, Y, K, B, E, 1, and 2. So that is that. And then now it is time to ask the mystical, magical 8 ball, the mightiest 8 ball of all the balls in the world. Okay, here we go. Scorpios, think of your question. Think of your question. Here we go. Oh, magic 8 ball, the mystical, mightiest, magical ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Scorpio's March 2022 question? Cannot predict now. Very interesting. Very interesting. So it doesn't know, Scorpios. He's not sure. Sometimes he's like sassy and he's like, try again, or like, I don't want to tell you or something, like, but he says he can't predict. So I don't think he knows. I think whatever's going on with this potential, this larger situation might be not 100%, because obviously you have to decide for yourself kind of what is happening in what way. There could be a lot of moving components. So that's what the Magic 8 Ball has to say. He doesn't know at this second. He's not sure. He's not sure. Okay, guys, maybe he needs to be more in touch with his intuition, okay? I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful month of March. Remember, you are the master of your own destinies. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye.